Hi friends, my name is Dr. Rebekah Lloyd, and today I'm going to read to you a book that I wrote. It's inspired by my own children's stories. Seth's Big Adventure. Seth had moved houses more times than he could count. Each time he packed his favorite things, a well-worn stuffed bear, his spider guy backpack, and a small photo of his mom and dad from when he was little. Moving was always the same. New people, new houses, and new rooms that never quite felt like home. Sometimes Seth felt like he was floating, like a balloon that would never find a place to land. Will I fit in here? He wondered, clutching his teddy bear tightly. He wanted to hope, but it was hard to hope when you'd been let down before. Seth's new room was big and bright, with posters on the walls and a soft bed. But he knew from experience that nice rooms didn't always mean home. As he unpacked, he wondered what it would feel like to have a place he could call his own. This family seemed different. They smiled a lot, and the mom had baked cookies just for him. But Seth's stomach still felt tight. What if they don't like me once they really get to know me? What if I'm not what they expected? Seth took a deep breath and looked in the mirror. He wanted to believe this place could be different. He wanted to believe that maybe this family would love him just as he was. Every house had its own set of rules. In one home, he couldn't leave his room at night. In another, he had to remember to take his shoes off at the door. What were the rules here? Would they tell him, or would he have to figure it out and hope he didn't mess up? He glanced toward the hallway, wondering if he could find the bathroom by himself. What if I get lost, he thought. Or what if I go to the wrong room and they get mad? It was always scary trying to remember where everything was. Okay, Seth, he whispered. Just take it one step at a time. If you make a mistake, you'll try again. He hugged his bear tightly and took a deep breath. He could handle this. It was just another new house. The next day, Seth was off to his new school. A kind-looking man with a big smile stood at the entrance. Whoa, spider guy, huh? The man said, nodding to Seth's backpack. Did you know Spider Guy is my favorite superhero? Seth's eyes lit up as he noticed the man's tie. It was also Spider Guy. Mine too, he replied with a grin. Well, any Spider Guy fan is a friend of mine, the man said. I'm the principal, Mr. Wobbly. Welcome, Seth. You're going to do great here. I just know it. Mr. Wobbly's kind smile made Seth feel a little braver. Inside his new classroom, Seth met Mrs. Duncan, his teacher. She smiled warmly and waved him over. Hi, Seth. I'm Mrs. Duncan. Welcome to our class, she said kindly. Seth nodded shyly, glancing at the other kids who were looking at him curiously. Mrs. Duncan noticed his backpack and leaned in with a smile. You know, I have a superhero at home too. My son loves to dress up like Spider Guy and run around the house. Do you like Spider Guy? She said with a wink. Seth grinned, feeling a little more relaxed. Yeah, he's my favorite. He's always helping people and doing the right thing, he replied. Well, sounds like you're a hero already. Mrs. Duncan said, winking. As they walked to his desk, Mrs. Duncan kept talking with Seth. "Oh, and I should warn you," she said, lowering her voice. "Another teacher in town looks just like me. My twin sister teaches at the school down the road." Seth's eyes went wide. "A twin? Does she look exactly like you?" Seth asked. "Exactly," Mrs. Duncan laughed. "But she wears glasses, so that's how you can tell us apart." Seth giggled, feeling his nerves melt away. Seth sighed as he listened to the other kids talking about weekend plans with their families. He wished he could join in, but he didn't feel he had anything to share. Maybe one day he would have a family to do fun stuff with. Would they even understand what it's like to move from house to house and school to school? He wondered. Just then, Mrs. Duncan walked over, noticing Seth's quietness. She gave his shoulder a gentle squeeze. Seth felt a little less alone for a moment. Maybe he could start to feel like he belonged here. At lunchtime, a boy named Ethan stopped to talk with him. "I noticed you're new here. Want to walk to the lunchroom together?" he asked. Seth felt a warm feeling inside. Maybe this place would be different. He smiled and took a bite of his sandwich, thinking he could make friends here. Later that day during recess, Seth joined a kickball game with his new classmates. When he scored a point, the other kids cheered for him. Seth felt like he was part of something for the first time in a while. He was beginning to feel like he belonged. When Seth got home from school, his foster family was waiting in the kitchen with a big "Welcome Seth" banner. "How was your first day?" they asked, hugging him tight. "It was great," Seth said, his face lighting up. Seth shared everything about his new school, from Mr. Wobbly's spider guy to Mrs. Duncan's twin. Seth felt like people cared about him. Maybe he didn't need to be a normal kid to find a place where he belonged. A few months passed, and Seth grew happier each day. His foster parents were always there for him, and Mr. Wobbly and Mrs. Duncan cheered him on at school. They all became his cheering squad, supporting him no matter what. Seth's foster family sat him down one afternoon and shared some fantastic news. "Seth, we want you to be part of our family forever." Seth's eyes widened. He hadn't even dared to dream it, but here they were, choosing him. Seth had finally found his forever family. Now he knew he was loved and accepted just as he was. A kid with a family who wanted him, friends at school, and a big adventure ahead. That's the end of the story tonight. Just remember that you're loved and you're chosen also. Until next time.